Hey, good afternoon, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Still, yeah, welcome back to the channel, and thank you for joining me on this glorious Friday afternoon. Thank you for joining me. But before I start the show, please like and subscribe to the channel. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button because this, in all, is me to bring you daily content on a regular basis. Do you know what I mean? So please hit the like and subscribe button. Also hit the notification button and share this content on all social media platforms. Okay, so today we're gonna be going through Harold Howard Webb's comments he made on his so-called show, and the whole sort of like um situation surrounding sort of like the penalty that wasn't given to us by Michael Oliver. Do you know what I mean? And the VAR situation. So we're gonna be going through that because like I've got Mark Goldbridge, I've got some uh footage from Mark Goldbridge. So I'm gonna play it and I will be reacting to that because a lot of things that he says are facts. Do you know what I mean? Are facts. And one thing about Mark Goldbridge, and when he does his stuff, and there's not a lot of things I disagree with him. There's not a lot of things I can't think of anything really that I have disagreed with him on. Do you know what I mean? So although he's a Man United fan, he's an enemy, but he talks facts. So we're gonna be getting into that. Do you know what I mean? Let's see who's in the comment section so far. Rebel D9, big up Rebel D9. He said, Klopp, I hope in Klopp in Klopp's last interview, he calls out the cheating officials as on and off the pitch. Yeah, I hope he does as well. I hope he does as well. I hope he does as well. So listen, we're gonna get into let's get into this. Let's get into this, okay? Let's get into this. Um, and we will react to it. So we will react to it, okay? Right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to That's Football. This has to stop. It's completely and utterly unacceptable. The integrity of the Premier League is in the bin, and we're going to talk about another huge decision that.
Yeah, you see, from early out, yeah. What I like about Mark Goldbridge today, yeah, he doesn't mess about. He doesn't mess about. He just like literally at the end of the day, right, says, look, you know what, today, right, not having it, not having it. You know what I mean? Let's get back into it. Let's get back into it.
Shouldn't get swept under the carpet. Whether you're a Liverpool fan, a Man City fan, an Arsenal fan, a Man United fan, whatever fan, you've got to look at this without bias and just say it is completely unacceptable that the biggest and best league in the world is officiating in this way. I'm specifically talking about the penalty that should have been given to Liverpool when Doku fouled McAllister in the last minute at Anfield, which would have led to a win probably for Liverpool, and Man City would probably be out of the title race. So the integrity of the title race is under scrutiny again. But what we've had is Howard Webb talking about this and releasing the audio. I've had to wait a couple of days to react to this because I just...
You see again, like it's just a catalogue of stuff and that's happened to Liverpool over the season. Do you know what I mean? We've been screwed over time and time again, and it's even sort of like started from the end of the last season. Do you know what I mean? When we all remember, when Tyrone Mings and they fly kicks Gappo in the chest, and he literally shows the referee the bruise on his chest. Do you know what I mean? Nothing happens. They didn't even speak to Tyrone Mings. Yeah, right. So, and then in the game, also in the game, a perfect legitimate goal was scored, and then they said it was offside. Do you know what I mean? Said it was offside, and it wasn't. It wasn't offside. Do you know what I mean? And they come up with some like I'm not being funny, some dickhead excuse of why it was all called offside. Do you know what I mean? So time and time again, like this season, we have been screwed over. Liverpool have been screwed over. I know a lot of people try to say that, oh, they cause Liverpool and anything like that, saying that we got all the decisions, but we don't. That's simply cap. That's simply cap. Do you know what I mean? You know, you had the situation that day with the thing with Nottingham Forest. Do you know what I mean? You had that with Nottingham Forest, yeah, when you know, like, fair enough at the day, Nottingham Forest that they should have got the ball on a drop ball, yeah, right. But the goal that we scored in it was literally nearly 2 minutes after that incident. You know what I mean? And as well, do you know what I mean? It wasn't because at the day the drop ball. It was because at the day they didn't clear the lines. They did not clear the lines. So, you know, with that now, everybody was on about it. Everybody was on about it. But when it happened to us now with the Man City, nobody wanted to talk about it. Nobody came out and talked about it. The only person I see really come out and talk about it is Mark Goldbridge. Let's get back into it. Let's see what he's got to say.
Cannot speak about it in a calm way because it disgusts me. It absolutely disgusts me. And we're going to break down what everybody said, from Michael Oliver to the VAR to Howard Webb. And this is what they've said. Basically, let me just picture the frame. Cross comes in, ball's there. Doku goes with a high foot. McAllister goes with body. McAllister gets caught by the foot. Okay. So what does Michael Oliver say? Michael Oliver straight away, this was his audio. No, not for me. Ball is in the middle and he tries to play the ball. He says it with conviction. He doesn't say it in a way. And I think this is an insight that's really interesting as well, because he is just so convicted in what he's saying. No, not for me. Ball's in the middle. He's gone for the ball. Not a penalty for me. No, no, no. When you're going to VAR, you shouldn't be speaking like that. He's basically, no, 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 it's not. No, 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 no. Look, the fact
is as well. Fact is, even if at the end of the day he's going for the ball, even if Doku is going for the ball, right, that bears no consequences of what happened. Yeah, your foot is still high. Yeah, your foot is still high. Therefore, it's dangerous play. Do you know what I mean? It's dangerous play. They should know this. So what at the end of the day? So does put it this way. Okay, how can I put this? Does the rules only apply when the referee feels like it then? So basically, they only want to apply the rules when it suits them, not all the time, but when it suits them. Is that what we're doing? Because the thing is still high. So number one, yeah, Mark Goldbridge is right. He should not be talking to the VAR like that. And number two, his foot's still high. Whether he's gone to play the ball, his foot is still high. Redz says Mark is not scared to speak facts. He's one of the only Manx I respect. Alice is another good one. Yeah, she is as well. Yeah, yeah. Them two people, and I respect them people because they speak facts. They put their bias aside. You know what I mean? They put their Man United bias aside and speak the facts. That's why I will always watch content from Mark Goldbridge. I will always watch content from Alice as well. People at the day, I will always watch content from people at the day that can put their bias aside for a team and speak the facts. Just speak the facts. No, I don't want to hear I don't want to hear any cap. I don't want to hear any sort of like trolling. I just want to hear the facts. Simple as that. Okay. Let's get back to the video. Get back to the video. Yeah, it seems they make up rules in our game. Yes, it does. It does, Redbird. You are so right. You are so right.
You're wrong, and he shouldn't be speaking like that. He can say, I don't think it's a penalty because I think that they've both gone for the ball, but I'd be interested to see what you see. But he, in his one view of it, and he can't see because McAllister's in the way. No, 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 not for me. So I think straight away, that's an insight into the officiating in the Premier League, where these egos are out of control, where no, not for me. He's gone for the ball. It's not a penalty. I'm right. Okay. So it goes to VAR. What do VAR have to say? So VAR, this is incredible. This is where it gets bad. VAR says, well, clear contact on the ball from Doku, balls high, both came in high. Don't think enough evidence for a penalty. So yeah, play on Michael, right? The VAR guy gets asked by the other VAR guy, are you definitely sure that Doku touches the ball? Yeah, basically they say, yeah, clear contact on the ball. I've watched that.
What are we doing here? As I say, what are we doing here? What are we doing there? What are we doing there? Oh shit, I've frozen. Bollocks. Oh, I'm back. Sorry, I'm back. Sorry. Yeah, so what are we doing there? How can you say it's clear contact? Well, all right, number one, it wasn't clear contact with the ball. And number two, the foot is still high, you fucking numbskull. What are you, a numbskull or something? The foot is still high. It's dangerous play. Do you know what I mean? It's sticky, dangerous play. You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying now, and I think that, right? You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying at the day of they making the rules as they go along. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, the foot is still like whether he got contact with the ball is fucking irrelevant. What are you, a numbskull or something? That's what I'm saying at the day. Do away with the VAR. It's no good. It's not helping anybody. You know what I mean? It's only helping the people that they want to help. Do you know what I mean? The people that they want to sort of like the people that they're getting backhanders from. Yeah, right. Yeah. That's what they're helping. If you don't give them backhanders, then they will. You don't get the help. It's a useless piece of technology that's not serving any good. It's causing more harm than good. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Frozen shockers on that. Yeah, ain't it? Right, let's get back to it. These people and they cease to listen. They cease to amaze me. They cease to amaze me. All right.
50 times. Every time I think it's a penalty, go and watch it yourself. I don't think Doku touches the ball. I think McAllister touches the ball with his body, and then Doku maybe gets a secondary touch. I don't think Doku gets a clear touch on the ball.
Exactly.
So we've got Michael Oliver saying, no, not for me, not a penalty. And then you've got a VAR guy who just, by his voice, you can tell he just wants to back Michael Oliver up. Yeah. They've both gone in high. They've both gone in high. Doku's got his foot up and McAllister's gone in with his body. What's McAllister doing high? Nothing. Absolutely incredible. And Doku clearly touches the ball. Well, he doesn't clearly touch the ball. And even if he does, it's dangerous and reckless play.
Exactly.
Touching the ball isn't a thing.
Exactly.
You know, Curtis Jones touched the ball against Spurs and got sent off. Xhaka's touched the ball in the past and been sent off. Casemiro's...
And that's my point. Sorry.
It's been touched...
That's my point, and that's my biggest point now. And I think that right, they want to come out with that sort of like touch the ball and so forth. Yeah, they want to come out. They want to come out with all that rubbish, right? To me, that's what I'm saying. That's what to me it doesn't make sense because, like, if you're saying that he touched the ball, yeah, well that means that they right, yeah. The league at the end of the day is more corrupt than what we think it is. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, no bones about it. No bones about it. That's what it means. The league is more corrupt than what it is. If the VAR and like Michael Oliver and they right, and you hear more about this in the name Michael Oliver and the VAR, right, as the sort of like stream, as the video goes along. You'll hear more about it. And there's a key, something really key in what Mark Goldbridge says. You know what I mean? Of how VAR is replied to Michael Oliver. Something key, and I'll see if you guys can spot it. Right? So that means at the day the league's more corrupt than what it is, because then at the day what you've got is a situation that they will. How comes Curtis Jones got sent off? How comes Granit Xhaka got sent off in the past? How comes Casemiro got sent off? Because what all three of them people footballers got in common, they touched the ball. They got the ball. Do you understand what I'm getting at? Do you know what I mean? So if really, if it's a situation like Doku got the ball, right, and that's why you never gave a penalty. Well, then these guys that they should have got sent off. Well, then you need to go back and revisit those decisions. Then, do you know what I mean? Clearly, in the day, it's a corrupt. Listen, this league at the day, well, I'm telling you this now. This league and for a long time at the day has been corrupt. I ain't gonna sort of like I ain't gonna pet anybody or pamper anybody in the day, right? I'm gonna tell you like it is. It's being corrupt. The decisions that I've seen in the day in the league, right? Yeah, and they've got to openly try to come out and justify it. Do you know what I mean, right? It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Bloody ridiculous. Do remember, if you want to donate to the channel, you can send me a super chat. Okay, it's not mandatory. Don't get me wrong, it's not mandatory. It helps, but it's not mandatory. Okay, you can send me a super chat. Okay, let's get back to the video. Mark Goldbridge.
It's not the rule. So we have got VAR officiating who don't even know the bloody rules. He's touched the ball. They've both gone in high. It doesn't matter if you touch the ball. So what you're basically saying is, I could go and play for United next weekend against Brentford, go in for a tackle on Ivan Toney, put my studs up, get the ball and go through and break his leg. I touched the ball.
Exactly.
I touched the ball.
Exactly.
It's not even the rule. It's about endangering the opposition. It's about being reckless. How many times have we seen somebody get the...
Exactly. That's exactly my point. Exactly my point of it, that, right? So that means that you can do a catalogue of things in a day and just say, well, I got the ball. Got the ball. And if they say to you at the end of the day, sort of like, well, that doesn't really matter. Well, then, how come you lot said at the end of the day the same thing for Doku? How come Doku got away with the same thing? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. After all, he did touch the ball. You know what I mean? And you never gave no like penalty or nothing like that. Do you know what I mean? So really and truly at the day, right? You know what I mean? What people got to understand at the day, when you've got like when you've got corporations and when you've got like leagues and stuff, all these kind of stuff, yeah, all these kind of things, yeah. You could do one thing at the end of the day. You can make one mistake, no matter if it's genuine, like a genuine mistake, like I didn't know, or is it an intentional mistake, yeah, for another team to gain the advantage. You know what I mean? Maybe you support that team. I don't know. Yeah, right. If you do that, what you got to understand is sends off a catalogue of stuff, catalogue of things that you then have to explain. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? Because if they're saying that they were, yeah, right, that this the Doc incident on McAllister was not a penalty because he got the ball. Do you know what I mean? I remember Michael Oliver and then they was facing and then they sort of like was facing to the back of like McAllister. So unless you can see through McAllister and in the day, right, yeah, you cannot definitely say it's not a penalty. You just can't say that. You know what I mean? Yeah, right. It cannot be said, right? But you've gone straight away. Not for me. Not paying. Not for me. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, and then Michael Oliver has got his agenda on his mind already. You know what I mean? Yeah. He got his agenda on his mind already of what he wants to happen, of what he wants to get the outcome of the game to be. Because remember, yeah, if we got that penalty, more likely that's penalties getting put away. Yeah, right. We win 2-1. We got 4 points clear of at the top. Yeah, 4 points clear at the top. All of a sudden, at the day, sort of like there's a bit of daylight between us and Man City. Yeah. Arsenal win the next game, which they did, the one against Brentford. So then Arsenal and then they go second. Do you know what I mean? Man City slipped down into third. Do you know what I mean? Yeah? Which they are there now anyway. Do you know what I mean? Yeah? They are there now anyway. So what they want to do, as I spoke to my friend Fuzzy, big up Fuzzy each and every time. What they want to do at the end of the day, they want to make this league as tight as they can. They don't want one team running away with it, and also as well at the end of the day, they don't want Liverpool winning the league. I mean, this sounds funny. This was that. Yeah, they don't want Liverpool winning the league. They don't want Liverpool winning the league. They rather Man City or even Arsenal as a shout to win the league. Do you know what I mean? But we are soldiers. We keep on soldiering on. Do you know what I mean? But it's just like mistakes that you make one mistake, yeah, it sends off a catalogue of situations that you have to explain. Because now at the end of the day, you have to explain to everybody at the end of the day, right? With that situation with Doku at the end of the day, is not a penalty because he got the ball. But then you have to explain Curtis Jones, Casemiro, Granit Xhaka. Let's get back into it, guys. I'll read some of the comments in a minute.
The ball with a high foot and get booked for it because it's dangerous. You're not meant to put your foot that high. That was a stonewall penalty, and they've absolutely exposed themselves. And I think it's disgusting, actually. I think it's disgusting that the media again have just gone, oh, it's absolutely fine. That is one of the singular biggest moments in this Premier League title race.
Facts.
And it's a massive shift because instead of being 1 point ahead of Man City, Liverpool would have been 4 points ahead of Man City. It's huge. It's
Facts.
absolutely huge. The decision comes out, we get the audio, and people are like, oh, well, yeah. Right. Doku, I don't think Doku gets the ball anyway, but it's a stonewall penalty. Michael Oliver cannot see, and he's going, no, not for me. And that VAR person, when you listen to him, I don't know whether he's in the Michael Oliver fan club, but he's absolutely desperate to say, not a penalty, not a penalty. It's abysmal, absolutely abysmal. So then what does Howard Webb have to say about it? Well, look, again, I think this just...
Let me read out some of his comments before we go on to what Howard Webb's got to say, yeah? Trust me, you're going to like it. You're going to like it. This Howard Webb, boy, I'm telling you what, he ceases to amaze me. The problem is, it doesn't matter who calls them out and out, the cheating bastards still get away with it. Yep. That's another thing. Cheating City have never had a VAR decision go against them. Maybe the officials are getting all money in their back pockets. Yep, yeah. You know what? Facts, Redbird. Facts. John Conway says, big up Rodz, big up John Conway each and every time, and big up. Redbird says, bless up JC. Yeah, max respect together, John. John says, big up Redbird. Okay. And Redbird says, they seem to always want City to win the league, so they do want one team to win the Prem year after year. Yeah, I agree with that. It seemed to be a lot of things seem to be in City's favour. I mean, even sort of like, you know, if we go back to like the season when Rodri and then they handballed the ball in the area and they never called a penalty. Never called a penalty for that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And he blatantly handballed it. Now, you know, what's it? Everton and Day sort of like get Everton get a penalty. You never know. Yes, say it and they put that away. It's 1-1. Do you know what I mean, right? It's a big shift then. You know what I mean? Because we go ahead then. Because remember the day, you remember that season and day we lost the league by a point. See, do you know what I mean? So you know, it's corruption at its highest. Big up Roz, listen at work, gives a like. Goldbridge is comedy gold when United lose. He's standing facts here. Yeah, he is. That's why I like watching him when sort of like when Man United lose anything that right. Trust me, he gives it to them. He gives he's famous sort of like was it his famous quote is he said Maguire goes, "You're as useful as tits on a nun." He is calling. Right, let's get back to the video. Let's get back to the video. Chaps.
Exposes the idiocy of VAR and how out of touch they are. Because, and I'm going to do a little experiment in a moment. I'll tell you what I would have done on VAR very, very quickly. Actually, I'll do it now. So Michael Oliver goes, no, not for me. Makes the ball is in the middle and he tries to play the ball. Okay, Michael, I'll be the judge of that. Hold off a minute. Right, play him the tape. Yeah, okay. God, his foot is ridiculously high. He's caught the player. Right, number one, that's a foul. Let's have a look. Yeah, no, I don't think he gets the ball either. So that's even more of a foul. And actually, even if he does get the ball, it's still a foul. Yeah, Michael, you might want to have a look at this, but we're absolutely convinced. And I'm saying it on audio so that when it's on the Howard show, you know what I've said. Absolutely convinced that's a penalty, mate. I think you should give a penalty. You can go and have a look at the screen, but his foot's ridiculously high. He catches the player. Michael, it's irrelevant whether he gets the ball, but I don't think he does get the ball first. It's reckless. It's out of control. It's dangerous. That's a penalty for me, mate. I think it's clear and obvious as well. Go and have a look at the screen and make the decision yourself. Maybe I should be on VAR because it's just bloody obvious. That's what should have happened.
You see, another thing what I'm saying at the day, right? Had Michael Oliver gone over, yeah, to the and Michael Oliver gone over to the screen, yeah, and viewed it, you know what I mean, viewed it, he would have had no choice but to give a penalty. Yeah. So the mere fact at the day that he never went over there and he said, "Oh no, not a penalty, even not a penalty for me," and from that, and like walked off and play on. The mere fact at the day of like him not doing that, do you know what I mean? Him doing that shows me at the day there's corruption. Because had he have gone over to the VAR, trust me on this, had he have gone over and then to the VAR, right, and looked at it, yeah, looked at it, would have had no choice but to give a penalty. Do you know what I mean? You know, you would have no choice you would have no choice to do that. And this is what we've got to think about, guys. Do you know what I mean? Big up Squidly. Squidly says, "Big up Uncle Rodz. The world can see and know it was a blatant robbery again. He didn't even want to go over and look. Facts, you see, that's what I'm saying. It's true, Squids. It's true because at the end of the day, he knows for a fact that if he'd have gone over there, he would have had to give the penalty. Do you know what I mean? If he never, I mean, listen, his integrity is being called out as it is. It's being called out at the moment. But imagine at the day if he sort of like, if he went over there and watched the screen, replayed it a couple of times at the day, right, and still didn't give it. It'd be like, nah, mate, you cannot referee in the Premiership again if you're giving them decisions. We could be cleared in this title race. I'm fuming. That's Ravenite. Big up Ravenite each and every time. Ravi's in the building. Big up the bad man selector. Big up Ravi. Big up Ravi each and every time. Loyal man. Ravenite says, Rebel denying if only, but we are the fair play kings. Yeah, we are. As I say, we're too nice. Too nice to people, man. Cedric Ravenite, bless up, guys. That's come from Red D9. Let's get back to the video. Last couple of minutes of video.
Not none of this make-believe nonsense. And one of the VAR guys actually says to him, "Are you sure he touches the ball?" Like, because that guy knows what we saw. I don't think Doku does touch the ball anyway. But this is what Howard Webb had to say. It's split a lot opinion, hasn't it? No, it hasn't split a lot opinion. It hasn't split a lot opinion at all. Everybody thinks it's a bloody penalty. The only people who thinks it isn't are those ones ridiculed by hating Liverpool, Arsenal not wanting Liverpool to win, Man City not wanting them to win. Anybody with a brain wasn't split on that one. If the referee,
you see that now, you see that what you see what he says, and it's facts. The only people that actually say in the day, right, that it wasn't a penalty are the people in the day that don't want Liverpool to win the title, i.e. Arsenal lot, some of the Arsenal. I'm not saying all the Arsenal lot, I'm just saying some of the Arsenal lot and some of the Man City lot, because they do not want Liverpool to win the title, because you know what it will be at the end of the day? It'd be almost like an embarrassment on sort of like teams like Arsenal and sort of like Man City to see at the end of the day that Klopp at the end of the day, right? I mean, you guys can give me a thumbs up in the chat if you agree with me. Don't you think at the end of the day it'd be an embarrassment at the end of the day to teams like Arsenal and Man City to see at the end of the day that Liverpool's ripped up the spine at the end of the day, right, of their team and rebuilt it, you know what I mean? You know, literally rebuilt it and you're good to go for the new season. You're good to go in it for that. And we're at the top. Do you know what I mean? And like, no matter how much times that they try to pull us down and everything that, you know, with bad, you know, officiating and this and that, right? No matter how many times they try to pull us down, we always rise to the occasion. Like for instance, and when you got like the thing there with when we went to the Newcastle game when Verge got sent off at the end of the day, which really at the day, right? You know what I mean? Was not a sending off for me. Was not a sending off for me. But you know, he got sent off. What happened in that game? We still come back and beat them 2-1. Do you understand what I'm getting at? Do you know what I mean? So, you know, it comes to a situation and you think to yourself, well, yes, Goldbridge, you are right. You know what I mean? The only people that can that will say it and they will look, it was not a penalty, are the people and they have got their own agendas to the fact that they don't want us to win the league. Because as Mark Goldbridge says, which is right, anybody with a brain, yeah, with a brain cell in the day, right? You know what I mean? And a rational line of thought can see at the day that was a penalty. Even though Doku got the ball in the day, Doku got the ball, your foot's still high and it's dangerous play. Simple as that.
But this is what he said. If the referee gives it on the field, it would have been a check complete by the VAR. So basically what they're saying is, if Michael Oliver had given it, they wouldn't have overruled it. I mean, this is the idiocy of the system.
Yeah.
Equally, having not given it, we also have to back the referee. The ball is too low to head. Doku lifts his foot to play the ball, and he does make contact on the ball. No, he doesn't. Yeah. And his foot is too high. And yes, we know there's some contact on McAllister as well. McAllister comes into him. McAllister is not really playing the ball either. So I understand why it's split opinion. McAllister's going in to chest the ball and turns to stop himself getting hit. Again, they don't understand football. Again, they don't know how to play football, so they don't understand body movements of players. Doku's tackle is cowardly. He's a coward. He should go with his body, but he goes with his foot because it protects him. McAllister is brave and goes with his body. That's what happens, Howard, when you know how to play football. Exactly. You read body movements and know why people are doing what they're doing. I mean, the VAR says out of it. I think that is what we would expect as Howard Webb. So on that basis, VAR working to the high threshold, followed the right course in not getting involved. The VAR looks at it and doesn't see a clear and obvious situation. You see something that's pretty subjective and therefore they stay out of it. And the feedback we've had from people within the game is that it is a pretty subjective decision. It's a split opinion. It's not subjective. It's not a split opinion. It's wrong. And it's wrong for the...
What the hell is Michael Oliver talking about? It's not a split decision, and it's not subjective. Do you know what I mean? So that means that the day what you're saying, Harry Webb, yeah, is that the rules that that the Premiership have put into place and they in line with football, well, it's subjective then. It's subjective at the end of the day, right? You know what I mean? And it makes what I say. It makes no sense of what he's saying. That doesn't make sense. It's subjective. Split decision and split decision. It makes no sense. So then at the day, so like the rules that you put in that are in football and they don't mean nothing then. It doesn't mean nothing. People really and they can go on the pitch and do what they want. After all, that is subjective. It is a split decision, according to Webb. Do you know what I mean? And like the VARs, they chose not to get involved. You know what I mean? And you're happy with that. Well, then at the day, we don't need VAR. Then we don't need it. We don't need VAR. What is the purpose of VAR? Yeah, when this is a prime situation and where VAR needs to get involved. Yeah, this is a prime situation of sorry, just start these things there. It's a prime situation where VAR needs to get involved, and you're saying and you can understand why VAR didn't get involved, and they shouldn't have got involved. Well, then they scrap VAR then. Scrap it. We don't need it. We don't need it. Because if they're not going to get involved in important decisions of like this, if they're not going to get involved in it, well, we don't need it then, did it? We literally don't need it. That's what I say. We literally don't need it. We don't need a VAR. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I just don't know.
Reasons I and many others have watched it. That is a penalty in any other game. You bottled it because it was the last minute of a massive game, and there are huge question marks over Michael Oliver and his officiating at big games this season. And some would say involving Man City. It was a horrific decision.
Exactly.
It was not subjective. It was not split opinion. Doku, if you know how to play the game, was cowardly by going in with his foot high. McAllister was brave, and the player who did it properly should always be protected. Doku had his foot way too high, doesn't get the ball first, in my opinion. Even if he does, it's reckless and it's an endangering an opposition. McAllister easily could have put his head there and had it taken off. Exactly. It was reckless. It shouldn't be happening in football, and it should have been a penalty. And it's disgraceful that they come out and keep justifying their bad decisions and all.
Yeah, exactly. That's another thing. That's another thing of what these referees have got to think about. You know what I mean? He could have went in with his head to head of the ball, yeah. And Doku could split his head open. What would you have said then? Oh, he's gone for the ball. You just said he'd gone for the ball. Do you know what I mean? And it just comes down to the fact that it doesn't even. The fact that he's gone for the ball and he got the ball, which I don't think he did. I don't think he did anyway. I'm Mark Gobridge on this, and because I watched it a few times, and I just don't think he got the ball. I think he got he may have got a little touch of the ball, but I think in the day he got most of McAllister than the ball. Put that aside, your foot shouldn't be that high in the first place. It's dangerous play.
Also, why is the referee demanding a VAR? No, it's not a penalty. Planting the seed to stay on his side because he wants to be right. Michael Oliver is on the pitch, dealing with it in real time. And he can't see through McAllister. Exactly. And he's there, no, not for me. The way he speaks and the authority he has in the game, those VAR people are bottling it, backing him up. You need a strong set of balls in that VAR room to say, hold on a minute. No. You're on the pitch. You've seen it once. Let us have a look at it, Michael. But they don't. They're all calling it. I think they're calling him Ollie on the VAR as well. They call him Ollie, Michael Oliver. It's all mates rates. It's crap. The Premier League is the best league in the world.
Exactly. Did he catch on? Do you catch what I meant earlier on when I was saying that today? There's something, and then they that obviously Mark Goldbridge says, and then they in this dream, and then they that sort of like hold on, that is shit. Yeah, that's it. This one. There's something that Mark Goldbridge says, and then they in this dream, and they right that I hope we pick up on. The people of VAR are calling him Ollie. Ollie. That means that them to our brethren. Them are brethren. So whatever decision that Ollie, the decision Ollie makes, yeah, right, the VAR is going to back him. I'm telling you that we don't need VAR. We don't need VAR. We don't need it. It's not helping. It's literally not helping the game. You know what I mean? And like the only thing that I'll disagree with Mark Goldbridge on, and I don't disagree with him on a lot of things. You know what I mean? Trust me, I don't. Right? The only thing I disagree with on is the fact that right, this is not the best league in the world. This is not the best league in the world. I'm sorry. There's too much catastrophic things happen in this league for me to call it the best league in the world. It's just not. It's just not. Yeah, it's in the last bits of this thing. Yeah.
And the officiating is damaging the integrity. Get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts.
Yep. Well, that's it. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Listen, it's just pathetic. Let me read out some of these comments. Refs are doing illegal match fixing. It seems and picks and chooses who they want stop winning. Yeah, exactly. It's just ridiculous. It is just ridiculous. Rather than hopefully the new manager will put a stop to this being nicey, because it don't help us in any way. In fact, at times it hinders us. Yeah, it does. But you know what I mean? I'm gonna do a show probably tomorrow talking about the new manager, because like the what I hear coming out, the sounds I hear coming out about the new manager, I'm not really too impressed about it. And I'm literally not into. If I be honest with you, the new setup that sort of like that's happening, I'm actually not too impressed. To be honest, I'm not too impressed. But I'll do a show on that probably tomorrow or something like that. Okay, it's this one here. Redbird D9. This comes from Ravenite. If we were a dirtier team in that game against United, we win or go to penalties. I'm sick of it. True, because there was a situation that day, right, with Harvey Elliott, when Harvey Elliott lost the ball, and what he should have done is pulled down. He should have pulled down Ganacha. I think it was Ganacha. It was on a charge, but he should have pulled him down. One of the players, I can't remember if it was Ganacha or whoever it was. But and then they sort of like he should have pulled him down. You know what I mean? You know, pull him down, take the yellow card or even a red card and everything that right. But at least you stop the attack. Do you know what I mean? Then you will go to penalties. Then it goes to penalties anyway, and then it's a lottery. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I do agree with that, Rafa. I do agree with that. I do agree with that. These refs are done. These refs don't understand football. It's Ravenite. True. It's all mates rates, mate. It's all mates rate. Ravenite, I'm with you on that, bro. Yeah, that's come from Redbird D9. Ravenite says to Redbird D9, going to get my rage out on Bajan's calling later. Yeah, facts. I might call him to him later still, you know. I ain't gonna lie, you know. Ravenite, I respectfully disagree. This is the Red Badina. I respectfully disagree. The refs do know football. They just they are just cheating bastards. Yeah, I can. You know what? I can go with that as well. I can go with that. And that's it. You know what? That's even worse. You know, that's even worse when you actually know at the end of the day, the sort of like you actually know the game, but you're still not doing it right. You know what I mean? Rather night, I'll be listening. Let's go for River D9. Rather night says, to an extent, to an extent, I think it's a bit of both. They don't know football, and they got was it, and they got ordered to stop different decisions. Yep, yep, true, true. With that, um, Reverend, I believe this is the line. Reverend, I believe they are blatantly cheating and seem to be above the football laws. Football pundits are scared to call them out. They all make my blood boil. Yep, facts. It was Ganacha. Yeah, take the yellow card, Harvey. I don't get it. Facts. Take the yellow card, mate. Worst case scenario, you get sent off, and what? And what? You've took one for the team, mate. That's all you got to do. Take one for the team. It's not very hard. Big up Roz. That's come from Football Bands channel. Big up Football Bands channel. Make sure you go and like and subscribe to Football Bands channel. Any moderators in the building? Is anybody a moderator in the building that can put Football Bands channel in the chat, please? Any moderators in the building? Moderators, step up, man. Moderators, step up. Please. One step up. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's like, as I said before, it's worse at the end of the day that so like these people do know how the game of football is played, but they still make these decisions. Do you understand what I'm saying? It is worse. Do you know what I mean? Because to me, at the end of the day, that's like a blatant disrespect to the game, blatant cheating. Do you know what I mean? Some of the decisions I've seen that some of the decisions I've seen this season alone at the end of the day, right? Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous, horrendous at the end of the day, and it's borderline, if not corruption. Do you know what I mean? Big up Fuzzy in the building, man. Big up to you, man. How's things? I'm still hurting, Unks. Yeah, I'm still as well. I'm still as well. Because I just can't understand at the end of the day, sort of like, you know, like why you would say straight away at the end of the day that is not a penalty. You can't see through the guy. This is what gets me. You cannot see through the guy and stuff, yeah. But yet, in the day, right, that you would say like, no, it's not a penalty. What is your agenda here? Do you know what I mean? What is your agenda? Do you know what I mean? Is it your agenda for Arsenal to win the league, or is it your agenda and day for Man City to win the league? Come on, tell me what is your agenda? I really, really would like to know what your agenda is. You know, if I can sort of like speak to people like Michael Over, Paul Tyranny, and all them man there, I would like to find out what is your agenda. Let's have it. Let's have it straight now. Have it straight. What is your agenda? Is it your agenda at the day to sort of like for Man City to always win the league, or do you want a new kid on the block? Yeah, in Arsenal to win the league. Anybody at the day, but sort of like Liverpool. Come on, man. You must tell me your agenda, man. You know what I mean, all right, yeah, wicked, yeah. Thank you, Red Bud D9, putting Football Bands channel in the chat. Please like and subscribe to Football Bands channel. Please, please do. It shows some support. It shows some support for each and every body. Do you know what I mean? Listen, I am going to put the link in the chat, right? If anybody wants to come in and have their say for the last 15 minutes, you can do so. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. You know what I mean? Because I think this needs to be talked about. Okay. There you go. Right. Yeah, links in the chat. So anybody wants to come in and have a say, or have their say on, these refereeing decisions and sort of like, even what happened with Doku and McAllister. Do you think it's a penalty or was it not a penalty? Or don't you think it was a penalty? Do you know what I mean? You can come in and have your say for the last 10 minutes or 10 or 15 minutes or so, depending on who comes in and stuff and how long the chat is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the integrity of the game and the day is ruined. And you know what? If we have it straight and have it straight, I think the integrity of the Premiership is being ruined a long time ago. You know what I mean? People are seeing it. People are more or less seeing it now because there's more sort of like more kind of like catastrophic at the end of the day, sort of like decisions. But you got what you got to think of that this is a league at the end of the day that had Sir Alex Ferguson. You know what I mean? Well, he was Alex Ferguson at that time. You know what I mean? He had Sir Alex Ferguson at the day sitting on the board of the Premiership, sitting on the board of the Premiership for years. I think it might be for the 26 years he was that he was managing sort of like Man United. So he had it good. He had it good because he knew at the end of the day he always had his back at it. I mean, to be honest, at the day, right? You know what I mean? That spells a lot at the end of the day, right? To me, for a team at the end of the day, right? For an organization, a league at the end of the day, when I say a league, it spells a lot at the end of the day that you've got a manager of a team in this league that you created, but you put him on a board of that league. You put him on a board of that league, and he's got a horse in the race, as it were. I mean, how does that work out, and how is that legal? How is that legal? How is that a situation today that that you can't say at the end of the day that sort of like what I mean, that he never had no influence on certain games. He never had no influence on certain games at the day where it's sort of like where it mattered to Man United, when they had to win this game in order to kick on to win the league and stuff, or they had to win like a group of games at the day, yeah, right. They had to win a group of games in order in the day to sort of like go on and kick on and win the league. Because if you notice in the day, right, you know what I mean, they did very well in the league, yeah, they did well in the FA Cup, yeah, right, but they didn't do so well in Europe, did they? You know what I mean? Fuzzy says, mate, that this league was ruined when it became the Premier League. Facts, facts, Fuzzy, facts, facts. Even when that's what I'm saying, from way back when, from years ago, when these big wigs and they pumped all this money into the sort of like into this league, they want sureties. They want sureties in the day that like they was gonna get money back and get money back. So you notice that in day sort of like teams like the Chelsea and they came to the league and they with a bag of money. They came with the untold money. You know what I'm saying? And that and that itself and they attracted people to watch the Premier League now. You know what I mean? Because we had the billionaire boys in the league now. You had a team, you had a club at the day that can go out and buy everybody, any and anybody. So you was gonna see all them sort of like all them players at the day that sort of like that you've seen around Europe that done bits around Europe. You was gonna see them now because of Chelsea, because Chelsea had the money. Because remember at the day that they brought in people like Shevchenko and Balak. Do you know what I mean? And then and they in that time and day, right? Although they was coming to the end of their career, but they were doing bits and had done bits in the day. Do you understand what I'm saying? So to be fair and to be fair and day, right? You know, Fuzzy, you're right. It has been corrupted from them times there. Do you know what I mean? You know, it has been corrupted, and it's just I'm just sick of it now. I'm just really sick of it, really. Do you know what I mean? You know, and you know, you got teams like Man City. I'm not being funny. You got teams like Man City that are literally getting away with murder, literally getting away with murder and stuff. Do you know what I mean? You get me? And like, it's just to me at the end of the day, it's just sort of like it's sickening. It's sickening. Well, you know, you say, well, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Are we constantly going to be sort of every week that football's on? You know what I mean? Our team's playing. Are we constantly and they're going to be watching a corrupt system? Even the thing with Nottingham Forest at the day, right, when the Nottingham Forest getting fined, getting docked only 4 points, and the reason why they got docked only docked that money is because they cooperated. Yeah, they confessed. Do you know what I mean? Well, I don't care. You still done a crime, mate. So you know what I mean. Do the time. Do you know what I mean? Everton as well. Everton as well appealed against it, and they fessed up to the situation of what they've done. Do you know what I mean? They appealed against it, and there's only they only got they got 4 points taken off, so there's only 6 points. Shoots them back up the table. You understand what I'm saying, right? If you go back again in the day, right, that Chelsea, right, got a transfer ban. It was supposed to be 2 seasons, 2 winner transfer ban. Yeah, right. They appealed against it, and they only got one in the end. Do you know what I mean? So they already served that one, so it's ready for this one that coming in. It's corrupt. It's corrupt at the end of the day. And whenever, whenever Liverpool at the end of the day, yeah, gets a so-called questionable decision at the end of the day in our favour, everyone wants to talk about it. All of a sudden, it's news now. It's news. Everyone wants to talk about it. Oh no, you can't do that. You know, Liverpool always getting decisions and all that. Do you know what I mean? I think so. It's not even like that. It ain't even like that. But when it's ever anybody else in the day, right? Yeah, nobody really wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to talk about it. It's all like, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. It's all of them, all like mumbling under the breath and all that. But when it's Liverpool, and everybody finds their voices. They find their voices right, and they say, yeah, Liverpool this and Liverpool that. It's disgusting and there. What about the other teams? What about the other teams? What happens with the other teams? Do you know what I mean? Like for instance, they're saying that sort of like that Doku got the ball. They're saying that Doku got the ball in front of his foot was like got the ball. Yeah, that's why that's why we never got a penalty. Yeah. What about Curtis Jones? He got the ball, but he still got sent off. You see what I'm saying now? Guys, hit me up in the comment section and hit the like and subscribe button, okay? Hit the like and subscribe button. Today, hit me in the comment section and let me know what you think about this whole thing. Do you know what I mean? Do you think, the referees are right in what they're doing, or you know what I mean? Or do you think we still need VR, or we don't need a VR? Let me know in the comment section. Also, as well, if you're watching this on a replay, please like and subscribe to the channel. Like and subscribe to the channel. Also, hit the notification button. Okay, hit the notification button and share this content on all social media platforms. So hopefully, I'm going to see you later on tonight, because I'll be on a Fuzzy show later on tonight and hopefully tomorrow. But in the meantime, peace, love, and respect.